Alright there, Holotable heroes. It's Star Wars Galaxy of Yeti. I'm sitting here with the Yeti. I've just opened another Krombacher pills, and I'm just bringing together this just a tip for newer players here. The first things I wanted to talk about was a lack of focus I see in a lot of my opponents in Grand Arena. So I wanted to just kind of show what I mean by getting focused, like, you know, picking a faction that you want to get up, and then you work on getting them all their stars, and you work on getting their gear up, and I mean, it's a process. But the problem with this game is, like, when you look around and you see all this cool stuff, like, troopers are totally cool, they're just not very great. So, like, getting them all, you know, the 2-3 stars or whatever, just to have them in your roster, it doesn't really help you. Like, there's tons going on Empire wise, but as you can see, like, I just don't want to have the bloat, so I'm, you know, trying to focus on just one team, right? I'm trying to get them geared, trying to get them higher leveled, and work on it that way. You know, this is a faction that I plan to have up for C-3PO Ewoks, you know, but look at this, I'm leaving him at 1. He's ready for promo, I'll just leave him. I mean, I don't even need Tebow, that's all from Bronziums, but, you know, I'm working on Logray. You know, I want to get, you know, I have these in mind, these guys. You know, so if you look at my actual whole roster, I can kind of show you what I'm getting at. See, like, these teams are going to be, the teams are going to be roughly, like, close to each other because of all of the different powers. You'll see, like, my pilots popping up like Biggs here, but if you see, there's my arena team. It's the team I worked the hardest on, and it's obviously just sitting right here at the top of my power structure on the roster. You know, Tarkin's my fleet cap ship, so he's up there. Important for fleets, important for fleets, important for fleets, important for fleets. These are all up, and then, you know, I finish high in my fleet, so these guys are all really important to me. Old Ben used to be in my arena squad, so he's got, you know, G9 and whatnot. Vader's part of my Empire team, which you can see I've got Tarkin up here. You got Palp. He's about to get his next star in a week, I think. It's like Phoenix is my original grinder, but they're not the greatest team, so they're just sitting at G8. You know, Phoenix. You know, I've got Django down here because he's only 5 stars, but, you know, he's G8. He's almost G9. Palp's almost G9. Cad Bane's pretty close to G9 as well if I plug those pluses in. I mean, Dengar is a little bit harder to gear, not gonna lie. You know, like for fleets right here, because I don't really use her in that Phoenix squad. She's getting worked on. Try to get her to 7 stars. I want to get that. But the thing is, I'm doing it in stages. You know, I'm doing it in stages. I wanted to get these 4 Jedi specifically. I want G12, and I'll have them G12 soon because it's what I need. You know, he's not super important for my fleet, so he can sit behind, but Kylo Ren currently is, so he'll be seeing G10, G11 pretty quickly. Tarkin needs the gear for speed. I'm probably going to have him G11 really soon because of that. But it's all priorities, so I look at something and I go, this is like a team that I'm farming up. You know, I'm making sure that they're close because they're really getting close to being done. I need to get Fox up because he was on my list of guys I wanted in the cantina, so now it's his turn. Well, it's like, obviously, First Order TIE Pilot, I haven't really been working on. He's not favored. That means I'm not farming him. He's got 4 pluses sitting here at G7. He's probably not going to be a part of the team going forward, but Fox will. So it's like, like, this is kind of, you know, I'll get this, say this 4 and this Fox over here, First Order Executioner, I'll get them to like G8 first, you know, with the G9 Kylo, and then I'll sit them down. I'll be like, okay, that's usable in Grand Arena. You know, what's the next thing I need to do? And then I'll say to them, you know, I'll be like, oh, okay, well, my Empire team needs work. So now I'm going to take a little bit of time and I'm going to get this Empire team to G9, G10, something like that. so that it's better suited. Like, I need to get a star on TIE Fighter pilot. That comes after Fox. Like, I have a list in my head of what I need to do, what the priorities are, and what needs to happen to not have too much galactic power growth, but to get strong teams. Because for me, Squad Arena is alright. I'm doing well now that I've got Jedi Knight Revan. I've been really great in fleets for quite a long time. That's where I get most of my crystals. And it's just a thing to just kind of, just keep in mind that, splitting focus like this, I'm only doing this because I need 6 teams under 1.2 million GP for Grand Arena, and I know that I need to get at least G8, G9 for them to be usable. Like that Phoenix team, it's a real hard team to gear, so I don't see myself dumping a lot of, not Old Republic, but I don't see me dumping a lot of gear into Phoenix. When you look at them and you really consider what other viability they have, Chopper and Sabine make the most sense because of Phantom 2, which is just a fantastic ship. Ghost is not a bad ship, but it just doesn't compare to Phantom 2. So there's a really good chance I'll end up with Chopper and Sabine going to G11, G12, but that's just way in the future. It's something that I find a lot of people, just judging by their GA rosters, don't do. They just don't focus on a team and really grind it out. And I can show you what I mean. There's a couple of examples in my current Grand Arena that, they're just awkward. Like, you see these guys here, Holotable Hero. That means they've deployed a lot of teams. So let's look at this guy here. Let's look at his inventory. Look, G9, G11, 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 G10, G11, 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 G8, G10. But then let's look at what synergies he's got. Let's look at the teams that he can put together with this. Okay, so he has the twins at G11. That's a great start for a First Order team. But then he doesn't have anything to go with them. So he doesn't have a First Order team. He has 2 fantastic pieces of a First Order team. It's like, let's look at his Galactic Republic, because Yoda had that. This is obviously an older account, because look at this. Galactic Republic is really well represented here. He's even got Cup to 44. That's kind of surprising. And he's got a solid... Clone Sergeant needs some gearing really badly, but he's got a clone team. Like, I think that's super cool, but it's not very useful. They're not the greatest team. If he's got them all at, G10, like he's got with Rex 5's Cody, then they're actually a great team for, say, defense or something where people don't face them very often. They won't know what to throw at them. Let's look at his Empire. He's just got nothing Empire-wise. He has no Thrawn, no Palpatine. I'm pretty sure this is the kind of guy who played for a while and then maybe quit and came back. Welcome back, buddy. But yeah, let's look at his sisters. No synergy team there. His Rebels. Not much going on Rebel-wise. He hasn't... Oh, the Yeti is running around. Yeti, go get your baby. The Yeti has zoomies right now. He's just ripping all over the place. Let's look at... it's I don't know, disappointing. Let's look at another example. Let's look at someone who's a little bit better off. My current opponent, Django Dread, he's got... weird arena team aside, he's got the bones of a really good bounty hunter faction here. He gets a little bit more stars on Bosk, finishes out Dengar. he should be able, with a little bit of gear and a little bit of love, get Chewbacca in the next time he's up. I mean, this is good start, and this is what I'm talking about with synergies. We can, you know, he's got Django. Unfortunately, his lead is not the Zeta. You know, he's got some pretty good stuff there. Let's look at his Empire. He had the Palpatine. I mean, he needs to get a little bit more gear on someone like Tarkin, or, yeah, I think Tarkin obviously is the choice, but, you know, get a little bit more gear there. And then he's got the bones of a really good Empire team. You know, this is a solid team that he can put 5v5 on defense. There's lots of synergy. Yeti, what are you doing? There's lots of synergy going on here. It's really, you know, it's kind of encouraging to see, you know, like that kind of thing. What else did he have that was decent? I think he had one more team that he was working on. Actually, you know what? I think it was Jedi. I think he's got some decent Jedi. Well, he's got the bones of a team. You know, he's got Bastila, give her a lead with Yoda, Ezra, Kanan, and Old Ben. That's a really solid team. There's a lot of synergy there. That's what we want to see. That's the kind of thing we want. And if he does it in stages where he gets, like, you know, this Jedi team to G8, G9, and then he gets his, you know, finishes out his Empire team, and, you know, all of a sudden he's got 4 really good teams for Grand Arena, and that's kind of the thing we want to see there. The Yeti is absolutely tearing around today. Let's look at this guy over here, Kraz Draz. I think this guy's got some really interesting choices here. But when you look, it's just all G8s, G7s, all the way down. This is just squad bloat. This is going to just raise your GP. Like this guy, and I'm not saying this to be a dick, but he doesn't have any chance against a roster like mine, simply because, you know, he's got a roster that isn't reflective of his GP of a more focused player. Like, you know, he's got a Jedi team, but it's not a great Jedi team. He's missing the key pieces, you know, Bastila and Jolee and stuff like that. But most importantly, Bastila. You know, I don't know who he's using on lead. I'm thinking possibly Yoda. Yeah, maybe Yoda. But once again, Yoda's lead isn't the best. I mean, it's not terrible. What's he got for old? He's got Old Ben's. I probably would almost go with an Old Ben lead over the Yoda, but you know, it's just when you're looking, you know, you want to see synergy. You want to see all these players working together and getting bonuses off each other. It makes the team stronger. You know, like, anyway. Obviously, you know, people play the game the way they want to play it, and that's fine. If you just want to collect and have fun, that's totally fine. I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm just saying that in terms of PvP and getting Grand Arena awards and getting, you know, your squads up, like, if you want to get your fleet and your squad up, you need to have some sort of focus. You know, you need to really pour resources into valuable units that are gonna do well. Anyway, if you guys want, I'd be willing to make a video about a new player's guide to intro into fleets and like ships you should go for, ships you should avoid, easy to get stuff and stuff. So if you would like that, just put it in the comment down below, like and subscribe. You know, just let me know what you think, and I'll try to get to any comments that are there. And I'm gonna finish my beer and close out my evening. Anyway, you guys have a good one. Take care.